You're 15. Here's the keys to the house. I'm going back to Chicago. I suggest you get a job. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He gave me the opportunity to go with him. And I said, so I can choose to go with you or stay? He goes, yep, it's your choice. He goes, at 15, I had already been working and I'm doing this and blah, blah. So I decided to stay. And he said, I suggest you get a job. He goes, I'll keep the lights on, but you're going to have to figure out how to feed yourself.
Wow.
And I've been on my own since I was 15. And when I look at it through my kids' eyes, I obviously don't want that for my kids,
Sure.
but I want my kids by that age to be able to do the things that they need to do. Their mother and I could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Look, and it's not that they should, it's not like I'm advocating for some sort of child labor. I'm saying
that's what you're going to get accused of.
Yeah, I'm
liberal hack.
saying like a 12-year-old could cook dinner. A 13-year-old can shovel the driveway and do their own laundry. Look, I don't do my own electrical. I call somebody for that. But what I mean by that is that we baby these kids for way too long. And then when it comes to school, they can't remember their pen or their backpack or their computer. No. It's not. And they're young. No, they're not young. You're treating them like they're incompetent and they're stupid. So guess what? They're going to run with that for as long as they possibly can. Right away, my grade 7 and 8s, if they come in and I say, where's your assignment? And they say, oh, I didn't print it. And they say, my mom, I said, did your mom blow up the house? And they're like, no. I said, well, then anything past that is not your, that's on you. That's not on your mom. That's not on your dad. That's not on me. I said, I don't want to hear it. It's on you. So you figure it out. And they rise every time. They rise, unless you have a parent that really like wants to not let them rise for whatever reason.
Hover parents. Yeah.
They'll rise.
Yeah. Yes, you're absolutely correct. I think we're on the exact same page as that with that particular subject. And we always tell our kids, and I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way to approach it. We tell them your school is your job.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say.
If I don't manage my trucks, my trucking company doesn't make any money. If
Right.
my wife doesn't do X, Y, or Z, she can't make any money for her company. She can't do her job. If you don't do your homework, if you don't remember your assignments, if you're not on top of your shit, you're not doing your job.
Right.
And I try to explain to them school life from a job aspect in all things. So I explained to him, there isn't going to be a manager that's always going to be riding your ass to do your job. You want to be able to do your job without a manager riding your ass. Well, and I don't like so-and-so who sits next to me or so. Well, you're going to work with people that you don't like your whole life.
Absolutely.
You don't get a choice of who you get to work with and who you go to school with unless you own your own company. And even then you're going to deal with vendors and customers that you don't like. There's always going to be somebody you don't like. So you have got to figure out a way to work around the bullshit that you don't like in order to execute the things that you need to do.
100%. I say that all the time to the kids. Absolutely. And there's going to be people that you get along with, and the people that you get along with aren't necessarily the best people to surround yourself with all the time, because it's so much better if you surround yourself by people who think differently from you than think the same way you do. And I say that in an academic sense. I say that in a cultural, religious, everything. The more diversity you can surround yourself with, the more people you can listen to, the better person and the smarter and the more capable person you're going to become. You surround yourself by a bunch of people who think like you, think like your family. Guess what? You're never going to rise to anything more than what they've risen to. You have to think bigger than that. In order to think bigger than that, you have to be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations that go against the grain maybe a little bit, situations that you don't necessarily get or understand, but just shut up for a second and take it in, and you'll get smarter in those rooms than you will if you've never entered them.